Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And it is now time to test out the full abilities of the new EX Protector Velzard, the Trickster White Rice Ice Dragon. And she seems to be a very, very interesting unit for a bunch of reasons. So as you can see, I've changed up the format a little bit. I've got her and her primary skill on the right side of the screen. Got a few suggestions, so I will definitely take those into account the next time we do a recording off of the phone. But for now, we're going to do this. So she leads the Otherworld Legend force, which honestly does not have a lot going for it right now because it's a brand new force. They added the Light 3.0 units to it, which are good, but they don't really fit on this team in terms of a defense-oriented meta with the Vengeance counterattacks and everything. They're built for long-term stacking of their Pierce and stun strikes. So they're not really the best units to put alongside the current meta, but I mean, if they work, they work. And then she gives Dragon Hakai and Otherworld Legend Force the extra 20% buff to attack and defense. Now, her actual skill. So we've seen what the Vengeance skill does, One stack does 50% of their attack after turn 5, and you can stack that up to 99, which I learned yesterday thanks to the Sweaty Tryhards. You can get up to 99 stacks of Vengeance, which can do a nutty amount of damage, right? You just have to live to get 99 stacks on. But Velzard will also help you do that, because she applies the Vengeance counterattack purple buff, which can't be nullified by an enemy, and it means that every time that they hit you, they get 1 stack of Vengeance, alongside whatever you're using, whatever you're stacking currently with Yom and Raphael. So if you use Yom and Raphael skills, they have 6 stacks of Vengeance, and then someone AoEs your front 3, that's another 3 stacks of Vengeance. And then they follow up with a normal attack just against 1, that's 1 more stack of Vengeance. So in that one turn, if they did the AoE in single target, and you were already at 6, well, now you're at 10, because they did 4, essentially. So that's how Velzard works, and to help accommodate that, she's also buffing your skill point gain on green orbs by 250% for 3 turns, which is what Earth 2.0 Benimaru did, and it's not a bad skill, but it is only giving you skill points. It's a lot of skill points, but it doesn't help her cycle, which is why it lasts for 3 turns, right? You don't have to use her every single turn like you would Frey or Toa or something, or Trainee. So it does offset it. It's unfortunate, though, that she can't really help herself cycle even a little bit, but we have charms for that. We have, free-to-play Isis, or even the free-to-play Misery can give you extra gauge on green orbs, so it's not like we don't have other units that can do that. And then the final part of her kit is that she reduces the skill cost of all your skills by 1 denomination. So you use the 25-point Vengeance from Yom and Rimuru, now they're 45 points. You use Velzard, they're back down to 25. And that's really good. And what makes this skill even better is this little line right here that says, including rear guard. All the other skill reset protectors we've had have only affected the Vanguard, the front 3 units. Whoever is up front when you use a protector is who got reset. Velzard is the first unit to reset all 5 of your units, no matter where they are. You could put them they could be in the front, you put them in the back, you bring people in, and you use Velzard, everybody gets reset. So it really helps to manage your skills more efficiently, because now you don't have to worry about who's coming in, who gets reset, and if you have, 4 units that need to be reset, but you only have 3 slots to swap them in, and only 2 can come in at a time, you don't really have to play that musical chairs game anymore. You can just use her and be safe in the fact that while your front 3 is getting the Vengeance counterattack, everybody's getting reset. So it's really nice, and it does make her a cut above the rest. Like Benimaru is her most direct counterpart, because he's doing counterattacks and skill point gain and the resetting, but he only resets the front 3, right? So Benimaru is just a very much inferior version of Velzard. So let's go ahead and test her out in a few different fights now. Alright, so the first fight, we're going to use the quote-unquote meta team as it stands right now, as I've currently built it, at least. Velzard, Yom, Raphael. Isis is here for more blue orb changing and the green buff. I know that Yom already does the blue orb changing, but he's going to be up front a lot more. Isis is really only here to give her green buff on turn 2 and then get the hell out. And then Try is here to help us convert out of any other messy situations. Aaron is serving double duty here because she can orb change for the oranges, which we don't have someone to do that right now, technically, or at least dedicated. And then her second skill does give us HP cap increase, which is great, but we don't have a healer, so we're not really going to benefit from that. But she also gives crit resistance, so, and it's a cheap skill, it's only 15 points. So in some event where we can't use Raphael's seal ability, and we're going to take damage, we can then bring in Aaron, use the crit resistance, and at least take a little bit less damage, because they do have crit. They don't really pierce, unless they do it naturally, which is nice. So we do have a backup, I guess, for more intents and purposes. I do expect one of the new meta units, whether it be Valdora or whatever Mystery Third unit, to be an orange to green orb changer, because right now our options are limited. There are a few. There's more than I remembered, because I totally forgot about Fire Benimaru, but none of them are really that useful on this team. I think Aaron is the most useful, coming off a defense meta of her own. She's currently the most useful one, as far as dedicated. You could make a case for the EX Mirren, because she also lowers attack, which can be useful, and has the triple orb change. Or no, she has blue. It's Yome. It's the EX Yome, who also has defense skills. So, I mean, they're both viable options here. But we're going to run on this team for now. Alright. So, yeah, I expect Veldora to have probably kind of mirror Raphael's first skill, where he does the Vengeance, and then instead of giving Guard, I think he would give Guard Power. I think that would be a likely scenario. I don't know if he would also be the Orange Orb Changer. He might have the Guard Power Vengeance and then some other special skill. And then the third unit would be the Orb Changer. That's just what I'm thinking right now. Whether that actually happens, I don't really know. So we're going to run the first handle like this, because we're going to bring Yome back in next turn. So we're going to let our two units that are going to exist primarily in the back take some damage here, because realistically, if we have all of our defenses... Okay, that's unfortunate. If we have all of our defenses going, we won't need much from Isis or Aaron going forward, and we would just exist with Raphael, Yome, and probably Aaron up front. But it looks like that's not really going to work out now, is it? Oh, well, I mean, it could. So let's use her. Let's use Isis to change those. Yeah, okay, we're fine. And then we'll use the green buff. We'll bring Trya in for Isis. And then use her special convert. And that's going to be all the points we have. So we're going to take this full powered ult right up. And that's not really what I want to do, but it's what we had to do. Let's go ahead and get the Vengeance counterattack. We're going to reset everybody's skills, no matter what. And then this AoE is going to hit us, and it's going to apply 3 stacks, and then whatever follow-up does will also apply. And now we have max points. We didn't need all 6 orbs to get max points. We needed, like, 4 to get max, but it is kind of a waste. But we can make do with it. So that hurt a little bit. That hurt Aaron a lot, actually. Please don't hit her anymore. Alright, that's fine. That's also fine. Because we shouldn't, after this, really take any more damage. So, let's go ahead and let's seal everything. So we can use 4 skills here. So we can use 2 orb changes. Yeah, 1, 2. And then let's go ahead and Fizz Resist and then seal their stuff. Because we're going to take the ult. And the Fizz Resist will help us tank that better than the Guard, because Guard doesn't care about ults. Or ults don't care about Guard. So we'll go ahead... I don't actually think we need to use Velzard yet, so we're not. We're going to hold on to that for later down the line. We're just going to send all these orbs. We now have 2 Velzards, so now we can be safe in resetting other skill costs back up to max points, because again, we have so much skill point gain. And now we just turtle. Now the idea is just we don't take damage, and Velzard will allow us to continue to not take damage by keeping all of our skills as cheap as possible. and 810, 122. Aaron is a free-to-play unit, an old free-to-play unit. So her taking damage is not really the greatest, but her gear is like the old free-to-play gear. It can't be maxed out to 6-star. It is what it is. Okay. Well, what I could do is I could swap her out for Trya. I think that's what we're going to have to do. Yeah. Actually, let's do Isis first. Yeah, let's do Isis first. We'll use the green buff again, because that's been reset, because she resets everybody no matter where they are. And then we'll bring Trya in, and then we'll use her special convert. Right there. And then we can use Velzard to reset everybody's skills, make sure these 4 greens are going to give us as many points as possible, and we have enough to put some more stacks on. So 1, 2. There we go. So we're up to 20 stacks of Vengeance on turn 4. Vengeance doesn't activate till the end of turn 5, going to turn 6, so we're not going to see any Vengeance damage here, but next turn we will then start seeing that stack up higher and higher and higher. And plus we have the Vengeance counterattack, which means that every time we've been hit throughout this entire match, we've just been continually adding more and more. So there's a stack, there's a stack, there's a stack. This AoE he's going to do is going to be 3 stacks technically. And now that we have max points and some questionable orbs, because, yeah, we can, oh, actually, well, no, we can do this, because we can steal and then we can do that. Yep, and that actually gives Raphael some gauge, because he's on Gods of Destiny, I think, right? What is this, how does this skill work? Or, no, he's on Fount of Wisdom, that's right, he's not on Gods of Destiny. What am I talking about? Alright, let's go ahead and seal their buffs, because I don't want to take that full-powered ult. And then, I think we'll reset with Velzard, because we're going to get her back again next turn, after these 5 greens. And we'll put another stack on. I think we'll put the physical resistance up. And this will help us take almost literally no damage here. And because Raphael's ult effect is lowering physical attack, it even more nerfs them. So I think we're going to take around 1 damage on this ult, if I'm not mistaken. 10k across the board, not great, but this team is not built for normal damage in, you know, like, in what you're traditionally used to. We're here for vengeance. And this ult does, yeah, 1 damage, except for Trya, because she's got type disadvantage. But we took 1 damage on that ult. 1 damage there, 1 damage on that, and now we're up to 32 stacks, and now it does 173k of their health. And now every turn after this, they're going to continually take more and more and more, because they're going to keep hitting me, and I'm going to keep putting more stacks on, and it's just going to hurt them more and more and more. And now that we've reset everything, we have Trya, so we can again get a full hand of greens and another stack on. We'll give ourselves guard now. And we still have, what, 25 points left over? That I don't need to use because they're still sealed. So yeah. I guess I could keep them sealed again, because we're going to make all the points back anyways, right? Because they're still buffed. Yeah, we can seal them again. Why not? For funsies onesies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Alright, so now it's just the waiting game. Waiting for them to essentially kill themselves, right? Because they can't stop. Alright, that counter, that's another count, right? This counter is another count. This counter is another count. We've taken damage from them. This counter, great. So when their counterattack goes up, you really want to make sure that you have your Vengeance counterattack with Velzard up, because that is just free and easy stacks right there. And we took almost 0 damage, right? 1 damage. 406 because she's type disadvantaged. We're up to 44 stacks, and that's 265,000. All right, we move. We continue on. Can't do anything about those oranges, but that's okay because we have double Velzard, so I don't really think we're going to care about it. Let's just use Velzard, reset everything. And I think... I think I'm just going to get those blues out of here and maybe hope for a whole hand of orange here. Let's get more stacks on. Stacks on stacks. Up to 50 stacks. Yeah. Yeah. These fights do take a while, obviously, because we have to wait for the Vengeance to kill. And if you don't have a quick way to apply it, like if you don't have Velzard or Raphael and you're only going off of Yom, you can get stacks on. It's just going to take forever to kill, especially at the higher difficulties. So this is Inferno 1. And yeah, 325k. Now we're taking big chunks. 54 stacks right there. We have almost a full hand of oranges. Well, I mean, that worked. We have enough. We're going to seal their stats again so that ult doesn't really hurt us. That's all we can do. I mean, I could reset and use something else. Do I want to? We're not going to get another Velzard back for a while. Sure, why not? We'll go ahead and reset, and then we'll use Yom's Vengeance skill. Get the physical resistance. Cool. And then I think they're dead. Or well, Dino is dead after this turn, because he's just going to put more stacks on him. We've already put 3 more stacks, so we're up to 57. This will be 60 on this AoE right here, plus whatever follow-up. Yeah, 1, 1, 1. 63 stacks. Oh, he lived. Wow. How much health does he have total? 1.4 million. Is this Inferno 1? Or did I go into Inferno 2? I think this is 1. Alright, well, whatever. Trya, convert that for me, please. Thank you very much. What a good girl. And we're just going to launch this, and then we're actually going to watch them kill themselves on this turn. On turn 9. Alright, 1, 2, 3... Alright, there's a counter. Cool. That's another stack. That is another stack right there. And now they're dead. After they hit me for 1 damage. Or 800 damage. 1800 damage. Alright, how many stacks are they up to? They're doing 2 hits now. 69? Nice. Perfect number to end on. Actually, that couldn't have worked out any better. Okay, well, that was a long first showing of the first battle, but, I mean, they are quite tanky, and we have to build up quite a few stacks. But I think that was a very clear indication of how powerful Velzard is, because if she didn't reset and give us all those points and give us all those stacks, we probably would have been at like 20, 27, 28 stacks or something, just from using the skills. So by having us being hit and adding stacks that way, their AoEs, their double follow-ups, their counterattacks will all just quicker and quicker kill them once turn 5 is passed. But let's move on. Alright, the next test, we've changed up the team just slightly. We've taken out Aaron for Fire Benimaru, because we're going to go into the EX5 Tempered Edge against Clayman, who needs to be burned on turn 1 to avoid a whole bunch of like bind skills and all that. So we brought Benimaru, because he can also orb change the oranges to greens while applying the burn. So I thought it would work pretty well. Otherwise, the team's going to run the exact same. We're going to, because Clayman does AoE and does do a few follow-up attacks. His ult is single target, which will kind of hurt our stacks of Vengeance, because it's only applying to 1 unit. But he doesn't have 1.4 million health. He has 600,000 and change. So this will go probably much faster? Probably being the keyword. I know, I've never actually taken on Clayman before with this team. It was a suggestion in the comments on YouTube. I'll find their... I don't remember their name. Who was it? Let me go find it while we're loading in. It was... Rider4523. Rider4523. I'll put their comment up top, because it's quite a paragraph. But... let's get Benimaru in here for... Yom again, I think. Yeah. And then we'll get you out of here for Trya. And then we'll go ahead and burn and do the orb change. And then next turn, we shall be off to the races. And now we have someone who actually is going to probably stay up the front line and have type advantage and do extra damage against him while being the orb changer. And, you know, burning him every so often. There's a crit seal. Oh no. He does have type advantage against Space Raphael. Just remembering that now. Maybe not the best unit to bring up here. But you know what? That's fine, because I gotta swap him out anyways. Trya, you get in here for Raphael now. How many points do we have? We have 79 points? Yeah, we don't have enough to do anything. So, let's get you out. We will convert, and then convert. So we'll steal those, we'll change those, perfect. And then we'll bring Yom in for... we gotta use the Isis buff as well. Well, no, because that's... Do we need the Isis buff? Let's use the Isis buff. I think we can go one more turn without doing anything else. We'll start applying Vengeance here. Yes, we'll do this. So, Vengeance counterattack, reset everybody's skills, and now every time he hits us, he's just going to hurt himself slowly but surely. And we'll send Trya. 1,000 damage, and... Okay, 1,000. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Benimaru had no orbs, which is unfortunate. Okay. So there's an AoE. That hurt a little bit, but there's 3 stacks of Vengeance now. We just have to live until at least turn 5 to start seeing it really pay off. Man, what a hand. What a... Yeah, what a hand. So let's do... Alright, let's get you in here now. Let's take you out. We have 100 points. Let's do stacks on stacks. Now, Clayman is magic, so the physical resistance we get from Yom's skill doesn't really matter here. But I do want to seal his massive attack buff, because I just don't want to deal with that. And we're going to guard, so now Raphael shouldn't take nearly as much damage, even having type disadvantage here. And we're going to send these oranges and pray that we can get a better hand next turn. So, 1,000, 4,000, 4,000 right there, 1,600 burn, doesn't really matter. 1,400 damage against Raphael, even with the resistance and the guard, is not what I would consider great. But that hand looks kind of nice. Raphael, get out of here. Get out. I don't need you here right now. I need someone else. So let's go ahead and steal those. And this will get us 100 points, right? Yeah. So let's just go ahead and hit him with some instant damage, just for funsy onesies. And everyone has the counterattack still, so let's just send this. We'll get double Velzard, maximum points, and the next turn we can apply some more stacks. Alright, that hurt a little bit. And we'll move on with our life. This is turn 4, so we have one more turn. Another AoE, that's great. Awesome, so 15 stacks now. 100 points. The ult, though, that could be an issue. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to... Ooh, what are we gonna do? Who still has a counterattack? Trya does. No, I think we're gonna run it like this, right? Because I don't want to bring Raphael up here and potentially get one shot. So, yeah, I think the smart idea is just to live here. So blue orb change. And then we'll do the... Doesn't really matter. Oh, well, we can add the burn. Why not? Let's do that. And then we'll use Velzard to reset that. And then the last thing we can do is add another stack. And do some instant damage. Because we're going to make all that back. Perfect. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. We're up to 18 stacks, so now after he hits us with his ult, we will start seeing the vengeance damage. I don't know how much it's going to do, because he doesn't have a lot of HP, but he has pretty high attack. Burn, okay, please don't kill anyone. Okay, that hurt a little bit. Alright, but he lived. And then how much does it do? 196k, and that's almost half his HP right there. Maybe a little less. Benimaru, you're gonna have to go. Thank you for orb changing for me. Please have a good day. Let's get Raphael in here, now that we're not gonna take an ult. And then we can seal, add some more stacks, give us the guard, and then we can reset that. Make sure everyone's got the Vengeance counterattack again. And then we can add 3 more stacks with Yom. And now he's got 2 stacks of burn, which doesn't really matter, because we only have 1 orb for Trya. But his attack is sealed, we're up to 28 stacks of Vengeance. And I think, depending on if he AoEs us here, I think he might just be dead. It is an AoE, alright, cool. So 31 stacks, 230k. Alright, well, he's not dead. But all we have to do is live this final turn, which I think is going to be entirely possible because we're just going to add more stacks on. So there we go. Turn 8 to kill Clayman, who at the time when he came out was very difficult, right? Because he just did absurd amounts of damage if you didn't have a fire team ready. So I think, yeah, I think this is pretty good. Now, we are combining again the powers of the three, right? Free-to-play Yom, Raphael, and Velzard. But again, Velzard is enabling us to do all of this, right? It wouldn't be free and easy if we didn't have Velzard adding those additional stacks on and resetting all of our skill costs, because I tried taking Yom and Raphael onto like a blue stacking team to use that against the light tempered edge against Veldora. Yeah, it didn't work that well. It didn't really work that well. So, I mean, it's not that it was a bad team, because I did get stacks of vengeance, but I didn't get enough to actually make a difference, because he would then heal himself like every couple of turns, and he would like heal 4 times the amount that I did. So with this team, 304,000, turn 7, there we go. Everyone is alive, even with a type disadvantage unit. Now, it being the new EX unit is kind of a thing, but defense, right? You turtle, and you turtle, and you turtle, and you keep resetting everything, and then you just wait for the lightning to strike from the gods, and be like, okay, well, you're dead. Get out of my face. Leave me alone. Let's move on. Alright, because this video is already getting fairly long, we're going to end on a quicker fight, but one that may give newer players difficulty. Because when the game first came out, EX Orc and EX Golem Conquest were difficult because there was a hard turn limit. Turn 6 is when he just nuked your front line, and we didn't have a whole bunch of the nice commodities that we did, at this point in time. No EX boards, no Awakened Gear, no EX units. So, it could be difficult for newer players to do, because they just can't live that turn 6. But Vengeance kicks in on turn 5. So, if we can get enough stacks, because the Orc doesn't have a lot of health, right? Even EX Orc has, what, like 70k? 100k, sorry, my bad. Well, what, on turn, 7 we were doing 400k against the new beatdown battle, so I think we'll be fine. We've built this completely, quote-unquote, free-to-play battle unit team, don't mind the supports, with Velzard, and we're going to attempt to make this work, which it will, because, he doesn't have a lot of health, but let's find out. Alright, so with starting hand, we can use Aaron's Orb Change here to give us 5 greens. That should be enough to help us do something next turn. We'll get her out of here, and then we'll get Trya out of here. And then we have 3 light units who are going to take, quote-unquote, minimal damage, right? That is not enough points to get us Velzard. Gee damn it. Gee damn it. Oh well, we'll make do. We do a lot of damage. He only has 100k, and we're doing like 6,000 a hit. Times are changing. All right. Okay. We'll work with that. Let's do that. Let's do these blues. Next turn we will get stunned, but we can still use Velzard and apply the counterattack. Okay, yeah, everybody's stunned. So there's an AoE hit. I think his next hit is a single target, so let's go ahead and... yeah, we'll go ahead and apply the Vengeance counterattack. So now every time he hits us, even if we're stunned, he will still get stacks of that. Go ahead and send these. Yep, there's one, and then now he has at 4 stacks. Awesome. We're back up. Oh, nice. Okay, so let's do 3 more stacks. We'll bring Trya in to convert those 2. We'll take anybody out, really. Alright, we'll use this, and then turn 5, so next turn, we'll still have 1 more turn that will apply damage, or stacks to him, because he's going to AoE here, I believe. And then he's going to stun us on turn 5, but then after turn 5 is over, he's going to kill himself. Perfect. Alright, there's an AoE. Only 2 of our units had it, but still, we're fine. So let's go ahead and reset. Now everybody has the stacks, and then we'll add 3 more. 3 more. 12 stacks. Plus whatever AoE. This won't kill him, hopefully. Okay, good. Perfect. Alright. And there's the stun. Oh, it's a single target. But still, Vengeance, 6-9. Oh, we're getting 6-9s all over the place. I love it. Alright, well, there we go. There were difficult stages to take on. There was a quote-unquote easier stage to take on, but we could still do it because the Vengeance counterattack killed, and allowing us to get hit, reapply those Vengeance stacks with Velzard, reset our skill costs makes it all possible, even on the back line. So all in all, I think Velzard's a pretty good protector, and I'm not disappointed with this whole mechanic, this gimmick that they brought in. I think the last two protectors may have been iffy on paper, but I think they work out really well. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That's it for me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.